Good morning, everybody. Happy Tuesday. How are y'all doing? I'm gonna take the silence as my mouth is full of maple street biscuit breakfasts. Hope you guys are having a great week so far. Great start to the week. We're gonna cover a lot today. I might rant a little bit. Just full disclosure, might have a little bit of a rant, but nothing bad. It's all good. Let's jump in. I want to show you actually really quick. Let me. It wasn't you this time, I promise. All right, so we're gonna go. I want to start off, and I want to show you. I want to show you this video. So
selling physical products is not the best way of making money on Amazon in 2021. Now, yes, that model.
All right, so you've heard me talk a lot about this peak performance workshop tomorrow. I'll tell you that when this company, it's a Tony Robbins company. Full disclosure. If you know anything about Tony Robbins, everybody says motivator, he's this inspirator, all that. It's really his sole purpose is changing people's lives. That's been his sole purpose since he's been a young kid, connect with and change people's lives, and he continues to do that. This event was something that when I first started with the company, they walked in and did a peak performance workshop live in office here. It completely changed the trajectory of my life from that moment moving forward. He came in and they started talking. I got goosebumps and just listening, things just resonated. I said, and they said, you're ready to do some more. Here's an opportunity. And I said, I'm doing it. I'm going to go. I have to go. There is no other option for me but to go to the UPW event. The Peak Performance Workshop alone gives you a couple tools and processes and things to focus on that are going to help you just make a couple shifts. And then they give you an opportunity to engage with some more. I'm not going to lie to you, it is a little bit of a sales pitch, but the whole premise is to give you enough value so that you can make some changes from the get-go. And if you find value in that and you want to make another investment in yourself, please feel free to. This is a sneak peek of some of the things that that Stephen is going to cover. Stephen Hilgard is a national Tony Robbins trainer. The guy's been with him for a bunch of years. That's his sole job. Does not own a house, does not live anywhere. He literally lives out of hotels, traveling around the country, going to state, city to city, pitching and providing value to people, giving away free programs and inviting them to make a change in their life. So I'm just going to play this really quick. Now, this is what you can expect, a little bit of what you can expect tomorrow at 2 p.m. There is an RSVP for that. You have to RSVP to get in. So without further ado, I'll go in.
Hey everybody, Stephen Hilgard here, national trainer for Tony Robbins. And I've got something really exciting for you here today, a behind the scenes video of what we actually do in these workshops that I can share with you. And my job for Tony is to help people bridge the gap from where they are to where they want to be in their personal lives, but also in their professional lives as well. And we do that by teaching three things. Number one, specific strategies to make an increase in impact in your team's sales and productivity. Number two, help people identify what are the limiting beliefs and psychologies that are stopping people from taking action. And number three, creating this unshakable mindset, an emotional state that will help people show up consistently, not just once in a while, but we want people to show up at their best every single day. So I hope you're as excited for this as I am, and I can't wait to show you what we have. Success is 20% strategy, 80% psychology. That's why we're having this conversation tonight. Let me just ask you, if sales aren't going your way, inventory isn't going your way, taxes, president, weather, government, interest rates, if that stuff isn't going your way, what emotions tend to pop up? Frustration, stress, anxiety, worry, doubt, pissed off. Do we get that once in a while? Yeah, so we as leaders, we must learn how to control and manage our emotional state. And if you stay in your comfort zone for the next 6 months or 12 months, what are we going to experience? Loss of business, uncomfortability, right? That's really what it is. We experience, a lot of people tell me that it stays the same, but nothing in life stays the same. True? I mean, what happens to a plant? If it doesn't grow, what does it do? It does. We as human beings, we do the same damn thing, right? We climb or we slide. You know, in this room right now, you're aging like a fine wine or a stinky cheese. We gotta break out of our comfort zone occasionally so we can grow. We must learn how to get over those belief systems. You might have a belief about your past, a trauma, something that happened, and you can get rid of it in one session, but you got to get to this. You have to have a plan for your business, for your personal life, for your relationships, for your health and fitness. If you don't have a plan, you're just going off in a random direction. You know the saying, if you fail to plan, you plan to fail. That's why day 2, we spend a lot of time. Here's where I am. Here's where I want to be. What's my plan to bridge that gap? There's always someone who believes they can and always someone who believes they can't. Either way, you're right. We all know this, yes? Because here's the truth. No matter what the goal is, there's only one way to achieve it. You want to make more money, get in shape, better relationships. It's take massive, determined, what's the word? Action.
Wow. Look at this.
All right, just to, like I said, a quick little sneak peek of some of the things that they'll be covering. And that was kind of the point of my statement this morning in the meeting. You know, we're all bound by what our identity is. Who you think you are is who you're going to be in a day in, day out basis. That's it. And you're bound by that because one of the strongest forces in human nature is to stay consistent and congruent with who we think we are. Do you like being wrong? Let me ask you, do you like being wrong? When's the last time you were wrong? Did it piss you off? He goes, yeah, I'm just never wrong. It's just the way that it is. I mean, yes, exactly. You all have to deal with that. I'm wrong. But that's a force. You don't like to be wrong. So you always going to stay congruent with who you think you are. If you're doing things differently than who you think you are, you're proving yourself wrong. No, I'm just not that kind of person. But if you start doing that, you will be that kind of person. And if you're that kind of person, you lie to yourself about who you really are. So that's that strong force that we have to stay congruent with who we believe we are. It's your identity. It's your thermostat. Just like a thermostat in a house, when you set it on 75, it's going to do everything it can to stay at that 75 degrees. It's going to do everything it can to stay at that 75 degrees. Whenever it comes up a little bit, room comes on, cools it back down. Whenever it goes down, the heat comes on, warms it back up. You're the same way. You like to stay congruent with who you are. So if you earn $50,000 a year, 75,000, 100,000, that's who you believe you are. That's how you're going to act. That's how you're going to wake up. That's the action you're going to take in. That's your belief in who you are. Your belief determines your potential. If you believe you are some way, the potential to do something different is very small. If you believe you are some way, the potential to be that way is very strong. From that potential, you take action. And the action that you take is going to be determined on the potential that you had and the belief that you had. Once you take that action, you're going to get a result. That result is going to be either in line or not in line with that belief. If it's in line with your belief, it just reiterates that belief even stronger and says, see, I told you that's how it was going to be, or I told you you sucked, or I told you you couldn't do it. Or if you actually achieve it, you're going to say, see, I knew you were a rock star. What was going to happen? I knew you were awesome. So that's that strong force there. And this workshop is pretty much built around trying to get you to understand that a little bit more, to understand where you are, what your limiting factors are in your life, and how you can take that to the next level. Becoming aware. Craig says it all the time. Awareness gives you flexibility. Flexibility gives you options. Options give you power. Once you become aware of something, you're either happy with it or you're not. You're going to live with it or you're going to change it. But until you're aware of it, there is no possibility. So awareness is the first thing. Become aware of something. Become aware of a limiting belief. Become aware of an identity crisis that you're having, that I've always been this way. This is just how it's always gone. It's just my luck. Everybody knows someone like that. And how many of you like hanging around that person? No, don't like it. So just I'm going to send another RSVP out today. So if you'd like to join that tomorrow, it'll be a great workshop. We're just reiterating a couple things that we've talked about. Happy Agent Podcast. I really need some people to do that. Please shoot me or Jimmy an email and tell me if you want to do the Happy Agent Podcast. I don't care where you're at in your business. I don't care if you think you're good, if you think you're bad. We need people on all levels. Brand new to the business, just getting started. We want to hear your happy agent stories. Just telling us what got you into the business, where you're finding value in your business and with your partnerships. If you're great at things, if you're a rock star, we want to hear from you too. All across the spectrum, we want your input, and we're going to put some more of that out. Imagine how cool that would be for you to be talking to a consumer, and they go and because we put these on YouTube, and they go Google your name to do a search of you, and they find a link to a YouTube video that you did with CENTURY21 Beggins that talks about your happy agent podcast and your business and how things have been and how you love helping people and how that's the most important thing to you. And you got into this business to do more of that and so on and so forth. How cool would that be for them to see that? Move Easy is on pause temporarily. We've had some issues with emails going in and out with them. They're working on that, and then we're going to do another soft rollout. So just pay attention. That will be coming. I'm not going to talk on the vendor list too much anymore. The beach projects and begginsagents.com. Who's going to commit to going to Madeira Beach Friday at 10:30 to 12? We're going to put together a carpool and just we should put together a carpool. This is a huge opportunity for you and for number one for the company, but for number two for you guys, the agents. This is company exclusive. There is no one else that can sell these projects. If a consumer wants it, they have to come directly to Beggins Enterprises. If you market it and you put it out there, they have to come directly back to you because their agent cannot be in on it. They cannot get compensated. They will not be paid for it for the first 2 weeks. We have excluded the entire real estate business from this except for our company. And you can do that with new construction. So market the hell out of this. Put it everywhere. Number one, I'm going to be very, very frank with you. It's going to benefit the company because other agents are going to see it and say, damn, why don't I have a brokerage or a partner like that procures opportunities like this? Selfishly, that's great for us. Number two, your consumers are going to see the value in what you provide and that they can't find this on Zillow. They can't find it on Realtor. They can't find it on MLS. Their agent can't get it. They have to come to you. And you are the only one who's going to earn the 2.75% commission on $1 million sale. These are all $1 million and up. So that's $27,500 in potential commission to you. To start, I mean, I'll take it. So Joe made a really good point. And, I wasn't thinking directly in that line, but he had a great point. They're giving a $25,000 discount to someone if they put 30% down. Like 20% down is what they require. So you got to put $200,000 down. If you put 30% down, $300,000, they'll give you a $25,000 discount. That's a 2.5% discount on that. If you put all of it, $1 million in cash, they'll give you a $75,000 discount. That's a 7.5% discount. So if the market continues doing what it's been doing with all of these projects, in a year from now or in 6 months from now, if this is the way that it goes, 6 months from now or a year from now, even if you sold it for what it was worth to somebody else, because we can assign these contracts, you just made 7.5% on your $1 million in the 6 months. Anybody else have a bank account that does that? And if you talk with even somebody putting together a life insurance policy that's going to pay dividends, they're usually going to average 5%. And if you put it in stocks, you're usually going to average over 30 years, they're going to average around 6 to 8%. So you're in line with that, and you potentially could do that in 6 months. I can't guarantee anything, but if you have somebody who does that and puts that money in, if you sold it for what it's worth because they put the cash up front to somebody else, they could assign it and make $75,000 in 6 months. If the values increase the way that they have been increasing, the past couple projects that were $400,000, $500,000, $600,000 have all sold for anywhere from $50,000 to $150,000 in an increase. So you have similar potential to have $100,000 to $200,000 increase for a brand new project. These aren't slated to be done until the first quarter of 2023. So don't anticipate this being closed next year. It's going to close a year from January, February, March of in 2023. That's when it's going to close. But you have the ability to assign it at any time up until then. And you don't have to do anything. You can write the contract, and then what happens is Jeff gets calls all the time. Once this goes on MLS, all the people who didn't see it or couldn't buy it at that point wanted to be loyal to their agent. Now the prices are going to go up when it goes on MLS. Once those prices go up a little bit and buyers start calling in 3-6 months, once they have more inquiries, now Jeff is going to literally come to you, who wants to assign their contract. That's what with the projects they have there. Again, no guarantees, but it's an opportunity for anybody who has some money, knows people who has money, or wants to sell something like this. I know plenty of people that are looking to spend about $1 million for a short-term rental. The one that's across the street from the beach is a short-term rental, nightly rentals, 3-night minimums that you can rent a 5-bedroom townhome and start accruing cash flow from that property. So this is an excellent opportunity. So we'll send something out for people to kind of coordinate. We'll either get a Google Sheet or we'll send something out to coordinate with everybody so we can do a carpool over there on Friday to get there at 10:30. I want as many people as possible out there shooting a live video. Bring a friend, have them shoot you, and then you shoot them back. Thank you for that. I appreciate it. Have them shoot the video for you, and then you shoot their video back. We need to get as much exposure through this as possible, and I love to have our office have at least half of the sales. We have a huge sales force our office does compared to the company, and I'd love to see us be congruent with that and sell the same proportion as the number of agents we have to the company. That would be excellent. So if we can get this out, it's a wonderful opportunity for us. D.R. Horton has inventory. Who here is having trouble finding inventory for their buyer? Nearly every hand goes up, and the ones that didn't, you were staring at your phone, holding your phone. Yep, you right there in the middle. There you are, still doing it. Yep, there she is. Hi. Exactly. She tried to say
busted. Yeah, sitting in the back did not help that time.
She had to stay congruent with her identity, which was this. But D.R. Horton has inventory. D.R. Horton has inventory right here. We're going to send this sheet out after the meeting. D.R. Horton has inventory. We'll send this sheet out after the meeting. They have, in one community alone, on our last meeting, they said they had about 15 to 20 inventory homes down here in Shell Cove. So they've got a ton of their inventory is something that'll be done within the next, I think it's 3 to 6 months. What was the earliest availability?
Earliest, there are some, if you scroll through, that are available now. And then you'll see most of them are November, December. You have some October, and even January is what it looks like what they have on there. So the email actually even said 900 homes are going to be available for D.R. Horton, which is huge.
So your first thought with a buyer should be bringing them to a D.R. Horton or Lennar community because of the amount of possibilities that they have right now. You see October, November, December, January. You have Shell Cove has 1, 2, 3, 4 available right now, and multiple others. September, which is basically now, September, October, 1, 2. There's plenty of product that's here. You can see, like I said, they have about 20 properties just in Shell Cove alone that will be available by January. So you have plenty of inventory to choose from. They have 3-car garage models. If you're looking for a 1-story home, 3-car garage, they've got them. If you're looking for something on a 40 or 50-foot lot, 2-story, they've got them. So they have product available for every buyer that's there just right here in our backyard. But this is across their whole platform. Wesley Chapel, Brooksville, Riverview, Ruskin, everywhere, all the way down into Lakewood Ranch. So you should be using D.R. Horton as a resource. If your buyer can't find what they want, bring them here. Look, if they've ever thought they can't afford new construction, right now is probably a good time to show them. They're going to have to pay over the list price for a home that they really, really, really want. That's what's happening most of the time, right? And if you have a buyer who wants the perfect and the pretty and the remodeled, every other buyer is looking at that. You're going to be competing. You're going to be paying more for it. These prices are set. D.R. Horton is not doing the auction site right now. They're not putting properties out and auctioning them off. You come in, you make an offer. You make an offer at the list price that they have it listed at. So they have an opportunity to pay that. And it's probably in line with what your buyer would have to pay for the resale when they pay over or over appraised value. So bring them in that opportunity. Plus, if you sell multiple D.R. Hortons, they pay you 4%. And then once you sell 5 in a year, they pay you 4% all next year. And then once you're their VIP agent, you also get $1,000 to give to every single one of your buyers, additional in closing costs. And you only get that as a VIP agent. So there's a lot of benefits there. If you need the contact for them, we're going to send this out right after the meeting. You'll have this inventory sheet out there. And that's it for what I wanted to cover. I want to make sure that you guys have time. Who's got new listings to pitch? So that's everything I needed. If you got new listings, go ahead, Jimmy, send it over.
Well, I was ready for him to get. I'm just gonna
tell me about it. What do you got? New listing. Tell me what you got.
Ready? 3014.
3014. I'm listening.
West Van Buren. It's wet. Yeah. Okay. Go for it.
Yeah, West. Do you spell West differently?
No.
Okay.
I
just making sure.
No, usually I just put the W.
It's proper English, right? All right. So what do you got? Let's see. Go ahead.
So this is a cute little bungalow in South Tampa. It's right off MacDill. It's probably not even 10 minutes to the MacDill gate of the base. So yeah, it's a bargain. So when I sold this to her 2-3 years ago, you probably wouldn't want to live here. But she's renovated the whole thing, and when you turn onto the street now, right on the right, there's 2 kahunas just went up, like 750, 800,000, like 3 houses down. So this is prime. It's near all the restaurants on MacDill and everything. She's redone the whole kitchen, brand new roof, the floors all done. That's
is this like an in-law type suite?
Yeah. So there's a door. That's lockable door right there that you can see, and then
right
behind the photographer is one to the outside of the house. Okay. So you can rent this out. It's a little 1-bedroom. It's a little, microwave, refrigerator. The bathroom's next door. There's a closet.
Cool.
That's washer and dryer. So that's the patio. She extended that. It's all fenced in. The war bunker's there too, just in case. See that? That's what it reminds me of.
Yeah.
Like I always find there's the bunker.
Got it. So how big was this? What was the bedrooms, bathrooms?
So it's under 1,000 square feet. It's 3-2 altogether. 2-1 in the main house, 1-1 in the in-law suite.
350 grand.
350 grand, and I'll tell you what, you'll find some little airman, soldier, sailor, get that little 1-bedroom and rent it to them. I'm telling you.
So you have a $350,000 investment that you could potentially rent out. What's a 1-bedroom rent for in South Tampa?
Oh yeah, you got
at least $1,000.
At least.
So for $350,000, your principal and interest payments probably going to be around $1,300 to $1,500, $1,400, right? And then you have your taxes and insurance, right? So if you're paying $1,500 at most for this, and then you rent out and you have $1,000 that are coming in from rental, it's a great opportunity for a first-time home buyer potentially.
Look how close it is.
Oh, that you could walk to the base. My goodness.
Yeah, I mean it is. It's just
very cool.
Yeah. So 6 days I've had one showing though.
Well, my home hasn't sold in 6 days. What do I do? Oh my goodness, what should I do? Should we lower the price? Should we just take it off market? Should we wait for the next time around? Oh my goodness. The world is coming to an end. So let's talk a little bit about that. You said that down at the end of that street there are 2 huge, like big
right
kahuna.
On the corner of MacDill and Van Buren. Yeah.
So huge, like $700,000, $800,000 properties. Yeah, Domain Homes and a couple other builders there are buying and knocking homes down. How close do you think we are in Apollo Beach waterfront to getting to teardowns? We're there in 08, and prices 829. When you get prices that are over 800 for some of the waterfront, you're right there on the border of being able to buy something that needs renovation fully, get a good price on it, and tear it down and build something that you want and be at a good value. You're almost there. You're like really, really close. It's borderline, and it's going to depend on the person. If you have a long-time homeowner who wants to buy and build exactly what they want, they're there. If you have an investor, they're probably almost there, and they might be able to make it work. So these are things you want to keep in your mind and start considering. Beach projects, potential to have tear-down type properties in Apollo Beach for someone to build exactly what they want if you get the right price. So communicating directly to homeowners to try and create inventory for specific buyers is an opportunity for you to generate sales. And those are conversations that you can have with people if you start doing that. So the lots that Craig has been working on, we've talked about this before, actually. Let's go back to that. These lots, the lots alone for this project here, the lots alone are going to be $600,000 to $800,000 waterfront lots. Yep, 600 and come all the way and progressively go up as you get closer to the end. So when you're talking $600,000 to $800,000 just for a piece of land, and then you still have to build on it, you're basically there. That's why I said you're pretty much there already for the right buyer. And then as we generate more sales over this next 6 months to a year, and people continually see the value in waterfront in Apollo Beach, you are going to be there. These just the lots or individually, or the property taxes? What do you think property taxes are on these? $784 for taxes on this. Taxes for this piece are $8,000. These are $784. How long have these people owned this property? 35 years. Right? So this is an investment for them, and they've sat on it for a while. That's whoa. Yeah, they're dying to sell it. One of them already has. He proved his dedication. Who else has new listings? New listings you need to pitch? What do you got? Well, let's talk about it. What do you got?
I've got an acre of property on Wesley Chapel off of Fox Ridge Boulevard. Should be signing paperwork tomorrow. It's a single wide, built in '84. So, but we're going to be in about the 165 range.
You got to hold that closer, please, just so people
165 range for 1 acre in Wesley Chapel. Nice acreage. Single wide trailer.
Single wides they pose a small issue for loans.
They do, so it's probably going to have to go cash.
You can have a loan on it. It's just going to be a very specific lender that does that. I've got some people that will do it, so that if you do need a borrower that needs to do it, I'll send that to you.
Understand it. How about that?
Yeah, well, it's not really. It's get them to the people who do understand it. So just get a different lender. A single wide will not be just a traditional loan.
It's a 3-2, and he did build. He built the back deck and enclosed the back deck, probably not permitted. So, will there be some challenges? Of course, because I know nothing else so far. But it's a learning curve.
So anyway, if anybody's looking for an acre of land in Wesley Chapel, an acre of land is about $100,000 to $170,000. So if you want to buy an acre of land and live in the nice, beautiful one single wide trailer while you build your home, you can do that. You'll have an opportunity here. And it has a lovely unpermitted deck. Who else? New listings? New listing, Jackie, you want to tell us about what you might be working on, just so we can keep it in mind? Go ahead, grab that mic. Can you pass that back, please? You've got a potential listing. She's going on an appointment tomorrow, so we have a potential listing. Anybody looking in Sun City? Just hold it close to talk.
Okay. So somebody in my farm is reaching out to me, and I have an appointment tomorrow. So we'll see. It's a nice large house with tile roof. I think it's over 2,000 square feet, and I'm excited for the listing appointment.
So you got it's on New Bedford.
New Bedford Drive.
New Bedford Drive, pool home, Sun City, 2,000 square foot, really nice. And they've pretty much touched everything inside the house. Insurance-wise for tile roofs, regardless if it's tile or shingle, most insurance companies at 15 years are making a very, very hard decision to decide to no longer insure the roof or to put a really hefty premium on it. Even with a tile roof, even though the tile roof, yeah, yep. So just be aware, tile roofs should be 30, 35 years, but and a shingle roof should be 18 to 22 years, but at 15 years, some of the insurance companies at 10 are making that decision. The insurance companies that don't want the liability and don't want to write in Florida anymore, what they're doing is they are basically saying, if you don't have a 5-year or newer roof, we won't write a policy on it.
But what's really happening is the lawyers. Remember, we had the lawyer on a couple weeks ago.
Yep.
There's private insurance adjusters that are suing insurance companies claiming false claims, and the insurance company saying, "Bullshit, we're not going to insure the state anymore." So they're looking for reasons not to insure.
Yep.
So if you have a tile roof house actually going as low as 10 years now, they're not going to insure.
Yep. So you can. We've had 15-year-old shingle roofs that they've been really tough to get insurance. We've had 10-year-old roofs that have been tough to get insurance. We've had a 6-year-old roof that they had to go to a specific carrier because the majority of the carriers that they wanted to talk to would not insure the roof because it was 6 years old. So keep that in mind. Who else? Any other new opportunities? So we have a single wide 1-acre plot of land in Wesley Chapel, beautiful renovated Sun City home, 2,000 square foot pool home, beautiful walk to the base in McDill for $350. So that's potential income producing too. Any other new listings coming? What's up? What do you? So go ahead, let's talk about it. What do you got?
So I'm going on a listing presentation tomorrow. Okay, so it's in Bell Harbor. They've owned it for 5 years, and it's a 3-2, about 1,600 square feet. It's got a new dock and lift in 2017. Hurricane windows are 2 years old. Renovated vinyl planking floor, and so there you go.
Waterfront property.
Waterfront property, no pool. No pool. Waterfront property.
Yep. Yeah. Good. So we've got a nice wide spectrum of properties available for your buyers. The point of doing this is to give you that first opportunity. I know we tell you, get it on the market, expose it to the most amount of bidders, but some buyers or some sellers want to sell and don't want the hassle. We give them that opportunity. It's completely up to them. So let them make that decision on their own. Anybody else? Anything you wanted to add? No? Good. Good. So awesome. Happy Tuesday. We still got breakfast. Maple Street Company around the corner down there in the dinette. So grab some breakfast, grab something to eat. You'll get an email about DR Horton and their inventory available. We'll set something up to carpool on Friday over to the beaches because we really, like I said, I really want this office. What's up? Yeah, definitely carpool because where the office is at, there's limited parking. It's very difficult to get in. So,
hey, Chris.
Yes.
I have a new listing in Sun City. It's a Darby.
What do you got?
It's on 1810 Atrium Drive. It's a villa. 1.5 car carport. So there's room for a car and a golf cart. Brand new kitchen. 2 bedroom, 2 bath. For $210,000, and it's in a great little neighborhood. It's like a little separate neighborhood off of Del Webb. Very nice home for $210,000.
Is it a garage or a carport?
It's a garage, 1.5 car garage.
Got it.
Okay.
Nice. Very nice. It's on like a little cul-de-sac type setting, right?
Yeah, it's very nice. We did have an offer, but it didn't work out. The couple decided to get divorced. So it's just been on the market since last Thursday, but it's very nice.
Yeah. Well, did you give them the option that, since you're getting divorced, you probably need 2 houses now? I can talk to the roommate and see if they'd be willing to sell. Maybe you guys can live together but separate.
I think we're better off to just find a new buyer.
Yeah. 1,200 square foot in Sun City, 210, really nice looking property.
Yeah, there's hardly anything in Sun City at that price.
Yeah, no, the Sun City, it's definitely a difficult price. Excellent. Good. So if that's it, RSVP will go out today for the meeting tomorrow at 2. Send something out about carpooling, and we'll send you out the DR Horton inventory list. That should be your first option and bring some buyers out. All right, guys, have a happy Tuesday.